And you can read about it. There is a good book that describes it. It's called the Bible. I read it every Shabbat. I used to read it with my younger boy, and I'd explain things to him, but over the last couple of years, he's been explaining it to me. It's our roots. It's our history. It's our identity. It's the core, the foundation of our being. And we've never forgot where we came from. We've never forgotten the ideals and the vision that were put forth in the Bible by the prophets, by our ancestors who said, you shall come back to this land and rebuild your national life and give a shining examples to all the nations. And we have done exactly that. But perhaps the most important thing is that we regained the power of self-defense after being a powerless people, subjected to every evil under the sun. Now, there are some who thought that the establishment of the State of Israel would stop the attacks on the Jewish people. I must tell you that the founding fathers of Zionism didn't have that misconception. They didn't say that the attacks against the Jews would stop once we establish a Jewish state. But they said that the Jewish state would have the ability to defend Jews against such attacks. And that too has happened. The establishment of the State of Israel has given the Jewish people the power to repel the attacks on the Jewish people. There are those who want to strip Israel of that power. I promise you, that will never happen. Israel will never, ever give up the power to defend itself. And part of that power to defend ourselves is the ability to speak up and to hear our friends around the world speak up and defend our rights, to defend the truth, to defend Israel. So I want to thank you, my friends. I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank you for standing up for the truth. I want to thank you for standing up for democracy. I want to thank you for standing up for Israel and the Jewish people. Thank you very much, Ontario.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chairs of the Walk with Israel, the dynamic husband and wife team of Bruce and Leanne Leba.
Mr. Prime Minister, we have the distinct privilege of offering some words of thanks to you, but before we do, we'd like to invite Mrs. Netanyahu up to join us on the stage. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Prime Minister Netanyahu, Mrs. Netanyahu, Minister Edelstein, Ambassador Ziv, Minister Kent, Minister Hoskins, distinguished guests. My wife Leanne and I are honored to chair United Jewish Appeal's 2010 Walk with Israel. Prime Minister Netanyahu, Mrs. Netanyahu, I can safely say that as a Canadian and as a Jew, I've never been prouder than I am at this moment, standing before you as thousands of members of the Toronto's Jewish community demonstrate firsthand that when it comes to solidarity with Israel, Jewish Toronto is second to none. And I can also say for us to do so in your presence is something truly special that none of us will ever forget. For you to take the time out of your busy schedule, your visit to our country, from your high-level meetings in Ottawa, your hectic schedule in general with all that's going on in Israel and the world, shows how much United Jewish Appeal of Greater Toronto's Walk with Israel and how much Toronto's Jewish community means to you, to Israel, and her citizens, and underscores the importance of the work that we do on behalf of Israel and Jews everywhere. I thank you for your warmth, for your leadership, and providing us with a truly memorable experience.
Prime Minister Netanyahu and Mrs. Netanyahu, as someone who has always held my connection to Israel as a central part of who I am and who we are as a family, it is indeed an honor to be involved in such a meaningful celebration. This year's walk was brought to an unprecedented level of excitement and anticipation once our city learned of your participation today. On behalf of Toronto's remarkable Jewish community and United Jewish Appeal of Greater Toronto, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being with us today and for everything you do on a daily basis for our beloved Israel and the Jewish people everywhere.
We would like to present each of you with two small gifts. First, personalized UJA Walk with Israel t-shirts. Pleasure. And Toronto Maple Leaf sweaters.
I don't even know how to ice skate.
We thought you would find these to put you in good fashion the next time you don your skates at the Canada Centre in Metula. As you'll see, Toronto is so devoted to Israel, even our Maple Leafs are in blue and white.
You play soccer here? No.
Me no. Hockey.
All right, next time I come, would you arrange to take me to a hockey game here?
Sure. My privilege.
You can arrange that with the security. I'm making another trip to Canada.
It would be our pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
We also know you have two sons who are back home in Israel. You must be very proud as your older son Yair is currently serving in the IDF, and your younger son Avner was the Israeli champion and finished third in the International Bible Contest. Mazal tov. We have Maple Leaf jerseys for you to take home for each of them as well.